The sun had barely risen over Compton, California, when local teachers began to hear rumors. A new source of funding had appeared in the district's education budget, unidentified and unexplained. Initially, no one knew its origin. Principals speculated it was a city grant, while counselors thought it might be a late donation from an obscure nonprofit. However, as invoices started to come in, showing renovations for school libraries and new iPads for third-grade reading programs, one name kept coming up in quiet conversations: Kendrick Lamar. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. In a time when celebrity charity work is often showcased on social media with extravagant events and high-profile branding, Kendrick took a different approach. In early 2025, he quietly directed over $2.7 million to the most underfunded schools in South LA without any fanfare. But the students were aware. One day, their school transformed. 17 elementary and middle schools in Compton, Watts, Southgate, and South Central received significant improvements overnight, not the kind that would be highlighted in flashy brochures. Kendrick's team focused on essential, life-changing upgrades: high-speed internet for classrooms, still using dial-up, heating systems for buildings where students had to wear winter coats indoors, and breakfast programs for schools that previously provided cereal in Ziploc bags. But the most crucial aspect? Books. Thousands of them. Kendrick Lamar, the Pulitzer Prize-winning rapper and lyrical genius, has launched a quiet campaign against illiteracy in his hometown, and he's making a difference.
The initiative, which educators have informally dubbed Read Like Kendrick, offers personalized tutoring, updated libraries, after-school literacy programs, and family reading events, all funded by Lamar's contributions. His team collaborated with educators to create culturally relevant reading materials, books that allow Black and brown children to see themselves not as secondary characters, but as protagonists. One librarian at Marcus Garvey Elementary was moved to tears upon receiving a shipment of over 800 brand new books, many written by authors of color. "You don't understand," she told a local journalist. "Our kids have been stuck with the same 10 outdated books for years. They believe books aren't meant for them. But Kendrick has given them stories that reflect their identities." In a time when literacy disparities continue to widen, especially among low-income and minority students, Kendrick's initiatives have been described as a grassroots miracle. Yet, he has not sought recognition for his efforts. His only directive to his team was, "Ensure they don't know it was me until it starts making an impact." And it's making a difference. By May 2025, reading comprehension scores in the 17 schools have risen by an average of 24%. Suspensions have declined, attendance has increased, and perhaps most notably, students are writing poetry. A 12-year-old from Roosevelt Middle School gained attention for a poem inspired by Kendrick's "Mother, I Sober." Written in Sharpie on notebook paper, it said, "My house is loud, but I'm quiet inside. I carry my pain like my shirt has pockets. But books help me express, they connect me to my silence. So now I write, just like Kendrick. I'm trying." Local news outlets featured the poem, and Kendrick's team framed it, not for a lavish display, but to hang in the boys' school library. They sent him a handwritten note. "Keep writing. You're already great." This is the kind of legacy Kendrick aims to create. Not fleeting fame, but lasting literacy. Not just likes, but a meaningful impact. The most ambitious part of his initiative is yet to come. In fall 2025, Kendrick will launch the GKMC Academy, a mobile creative writing lab designed as a school bus. This bus, equipped with tablets, recording gear, and a small library, will travel around Los Angeles every weekend. Its goal? To provide storytelling opportunities to children who have never had the chance to express themselves. The concept is rooted in Kendrick's own childhood experiences, writing rhymes in the back of notebooks to make sense of the chaos around him. "Writing saved me," he shared in an interview. "Before I had a voice in the booth, I had one on the page." The GKMC Academy will offer weekend workshops where kids can learn to write lyrics, short stories, essays, and even use journaling as a mental health tool. Each child will receive a notebook funded by Kendrick with a message inside the cover. "There's power in your pen. Write like your life depends on it." Because it does. Over 400 students are already registered for the first semester, many from schools that have never had a full-time art teacher. While many artists might seek publicity for such an initiative, Kendrick has remained silent. No press releases or public announcements, just action. His team quietly engaged with school boards, obtained permits, and developed the mobile lab over 9 months. When asked why he chose not to announce it, Kendrick reportedly said, "The work speaks. If they don't hear it, it ain't loud enough yet." But people are starting to hear it now. Parents, who once had difficulty getting their kids to school on time, now report that their children eagerly want to attend every day, worry they might miss a poetry circle or book giveaway. Teachers have noticed that students who previously hesitated to read aloud are now volunteering to perform spoken word at assemblies. Furthermore, literacy scores monitored by LA Unified's Department of Equity have shown greater improvement in Kendrick's 17 targeted schools than in any other area of the district. The community's reaction has been incredibly positive. One father from South LA stood outside his daughter's school with a sign he made that read, "Thank you, Kendrick. You gave my baby her voice." Another mother tweeted, "My son came home and told me Kendrick Lamar showed him how to turn his pain into poetry. I've never cried like that before." And it's not just people in inner-city LA who are taking notice. In June 2025, Stanford University announced that Kendrick's educational initiative would be the focus of a year-long case study on effective celebrity philanthropy. Experts are calling it a model for how art can address systemic issues from the ground up. Despite the increasing attention, Kendrick chooses to remain out of the limelight. Rather than accepting awards, he shares videos of students reciting poetry. Instead of giving speeches, he supports debate teams. And rather than seeking media coverage, he pursues a different kind of recognition, the kind that comes when a child picks up a book and sees themselves reflected in it. One district official put it perfectly, "This isn't charity. This is Kendrick reshaping futures, one page, one pen, one child at a time." And that's what sets him apart. While other artists might give for the applause, Kendrick Lamar works quietly, sowing seeds that blossom into forests of hope. In 2025, when literacy has become a contentious issue, Kendrick is focused on building libraries rather than engaging in conflicts. He's teaching children that words can heal, that stories can rescue, and that even when the world overlooks them, their voices are important. And he's doing all of this without seeking publicity. Just a bus, some books, and a conviction that the pen is still more powerful than the sword. For the thousands of students now discovering stories where there were once only empty walls, Kendrick Lamar is more than just a rapper. He is the author of their new beginning. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the story.